Yeah, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Thursday, the 28th of May 2020. This video is going to be a look at my daily chart. So this is my weekly analysis video where I'll go over every pair I'm trading on the daily charts using the high probability method. Now I just have to apologise straight up. There is major internet issues here in Vietnam with regards to the underwater cables. They're under major repairs at the moment, so hopefully this will work out okay. So I've got my plan B in place. All right, let's have a look at the TradingView watch list. So this is TradingView, obviously. Now I'm not sure if you've all seen the latest post on Facebook or the Telegram groups. There's been an update to the TradingView indicators, just for the mod MACD system, the bonus system out of the basics book. Just the QMP filter and the two MAs have been updated, and with this method, the high probability, the MACD platinum, the QMP filter, and the QQE at all advanced have all been updated as of sort of yesterday. So just contact me via email if you would like the updated versions, and just let me know which book you're referring to and which email you subscribed under. That'd be great. I haven't actually put the new versions on this chart as yet. I'm about to. I'm just going to wait till the weekend, that's all. All right, so let's have a look. This is my high probability setup. If you can't understand me, or English is not your first language, or you don't understand the Australian slang, best just to pause the video and read my notes. I try to keep pretty good notes on the charts, show you where we're at. So I'll give you a brief rundown on what we're looking at here. This bottom indicator is a MACD Platinum. It's a zero lag MACD. So it oscillates around the zero level, which is the dotted line there. You can see zero over here. So that's the zero level. Now these charts are all going to look a bit ugly, a little bit tight, then there's big moves, then tight again. This is the coronavirus period when it first came out. So here we're looking at this big move down, 12th of March. So, you know, you're looking at the coronavirus in here. So these are going to create havoc with all custom indicators, or all indicators, because it throws the whole charts, all the charts out of whack a bit. So this is the MACD Platinum. It's a zero lag MACD. It revolves around the zero level, looking to buy when it's below the zero level and sell when it's above the zero level. These green and red dots on the price chart are the QMP filter. Now, all they are is a visual aid to assist with, they're a combination of the MACD Platinum, the dots, and so, for example, here, this green dot actually aligns perfectly with this green dot on the QMP filter. This one here also aligns. This red one also aligns. But you look at other ones like, yeah, that one does too. Trying to find one that doesn't. Yeah, here we go. So here's a red dot on the MACD Platinum, and the red dot on the QMP filter is not for a couple of candles later. Because the QMP filter is a combination of the MACD Platinum and also the QQE Advanced, which is not displayed on the chart. I don't need to see it on the chart. I know if I get a dot, I know the cross has happened on the QQE, but I need to see the MACD Platinum for where it is in relation to the zero level. So all the QMP filter does is puts these dots on the price chart, and it gives me more real estate overall. So I don't need to see the QQE Advanced. Now with my trend lines, you'll see on the chart, you'll see red ones, they signify bearish divergence. You see green ones, bullish divergence. If you see blue lines anywhere, something important, like in this case, a big resistance level, could be like a double top, could be a major trend line. So, you know, if it's something, just something gets my attention. Sells are designated by lines and a solid red horizontal line. So it's the intersection there. So that's a sell in there. And buys are designated by blue. So where the blue line there and the blue horizontal line. So the MAs, there's three MAs. There's a 50 EMA, 100 EMA, and a 240 LMA. They're just to give me some idea on which way the trend's going, nothing else. I don't really use them for much, just to give me a better idea. Generally, once you become more experienced, you don't really need that MAs on the chart, but I just like to have them there. They can be used as support, targets, that sort of stuff. Right, you can see my notes here. I took a sell. This is the AusCAD. Took a sell and a hedge buy. Break even, not applicable as hedged. So I took a sell here. You can read my notes why I took it. Then price has gone against me, taken a buy. Just to hedge it. So I've locked in a loss between the red and the blue line there. Now waiting on another sell. Now this sell is probably going to be below, the MACD platinum is going to probably be below the zero level, which makes it a little bit trickier, but it's still a valid signal because I've got regular, possibly, it hasn't been confirmed yet, and I'm always drawing these divergence lines in as we go, just to, so I've got a heads up. If they become non-valid, then I'll just delete them. Invalid. All right, so possibly a new sell signal coming up. If that's the case, I'll take a second sell, bigger position size, then try and work my way out of these trades. Right, let's move along. I've spent 6 minutes just talking about one pair. Oz Swiss, you can read my notes. Basically, on break even, not applicable as hedged. Pause the video. Again, coronavirus has wreaked havoc. I'm stuck in this range here. MACD platinum's been above the zero level the whole time. Looking for a new sell signal. Again, drawing the possible divergence lines in, getting ready. AusYen, you'll see a theme with these Aussie pairs. Again, here's a blue trend line I just drew in. Here's a little double top. Again, possible regular divergence setting up. Again, break even, not applicable as hedged. You can pause the video, read all my notes. Aussie New Zealand's always a little bit different. The Aussie, I took a sell, another sell based on a trend line break. Didn't go well for me. And I had to take a hedge buy, then a third sell. Again, pause the video, read my notes. They're clear, position sizes, entry prices, etc. Now, when you see these yellow dashed lines, that's an overall break even for all those trades. You might see more than one. I'll explain in a minute. Again, you've got this huge resistance level up here and prices come up and bounce straight off it, which is great. You see green lines like that, it's normally a big number. In this case, it's parity, 1.0000. So overall break even, I'll give you the price, which is this yellow line here, which you can see the number there, and the overall position size. So I've got profit to date there. All these trades are recorded on the shared spreadsheet. That shared spreadsheet is available to everyone. It's a Google Drive document. There's a link to it in the description of the video. If you go to the old one, there'll be a link to the new one. I've just recently upgraded, so price is just above the overall break even. Hopefully it'll push down there and get there eventually. Aussie USD, like all the other Aussie pairs before, hedged. Overall break even, NA is hedged. Green line, 60-cent level. It's a very common theme. CAD Swiss. Now this is one, I've got a few problem trades. See all these five blue lines over here? They represent buys from a long time ago. I stuffed up, I made a mistake, I've been caught with my pants down. Overall break even for all trades is up here. Now I'm working another sequence of trades in here, and as you can see, I started with a sell, buy, sell, buy. So this sequence of trades in here are hedged. So that's these trades in here as price heads up. And all I do is adjust these trend lines as they go up. And as I said, if they're no longer valid, I just delete them. At this stage, it's still valid. Now, the good thing about these buys, even though I'm losing a lot on them, well, I'm not losing a lot because I've lost a lot more. They're very, their positive swap is very good on them. So I can just leave them on there and hopefully just make some profit on this side of the market and add to the total here and try and work my way out of these one at a time. So I'm not too concerned about them because as long as they're buys, if I left them for 10 years and I got out at this price, I'd be in profit actually, but I'm not going to leave for 10 years, but just to give you an example what I'm talking about. In the meantime, concentrate on this side of the chart. So that's the CAD Swiss. It's actually heading up, which is good. CAD Yen, the yen pairs have been a little bit tough to trade. This one's no exception. Now I've got a sell up here. Now if you see S1, S2, or S3, S4, sequence 1, sequence 2. Sequence 1, you'll see it written there, sequence 2. Where this S1 is or the S2 is, that's where that sequence starts. So in this case, I took a sell up here and it's come down nicely and I've closed out. You can read I've had a partial close, moved my stop down a couple of times. So this red dotted line is a stop for that sell, which is getting close to getting threatened at the moment. So I'm locking in a profit between there and there, and I've already taken some profit. In the meantime, I've started a second sequence based on this here, a sell, a hedge buy, second sell, and a second hedge buy. So I'm overall hedged on this sequence 2, but my overall break even for all trades, all including that sequence 1, is this yellow line. And because it's net negative 0.01 and price is above, I'm actually losing at the moment. Ideally, I want price below this yellow line to be in profit. At the moment, I'm losing a bit, but that'll all change. If this gets taken out on the stop, then it's a matter of looking for another sell. And with the MACD platinum still above the 0 level, a sell's probably the most obvious trade. Not to say this thing can't go to the moon, but it'll eventually have to come down. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Again, it's a yen pair. They've been terrible to trade. Notes are a little bit tight. They're all over here. Just keep out the lines. So buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell, third buy. Hasn't really had a long way to go to the break even. Hasn't got there, but it's still sort of trying to head up there. But it's not. It looks like the MACD is rolling over, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. So I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I've got 3 buys on. That's why. Yep. Well, I've got to break even. So next trade, if it rolls over and I get a sell, there's 2 options. The first option is continue with this sequence. I'll hedge this current sequence, and because the MACD platinum's so high above the 0 level, I will then start a sequence 2 and take another sell. So that'll give me, even though I'll be hedged on sequence 1, I'll have a new sell sequence 2, and that'll give me a break even probably down here somewhere. So I'll just keep on picking it away at the profits and try and add to the profits. That's all I try to do. Euro Aussie, again, bit of a dog's breakfast in a sell sequence 1 all the way up here. So that's a stop and place down there, so that's going all right. I'll keep on moving my stop down. Sequence 2 is a buy in here and a second buy, I think, on a trend line break yet. And I had to take a hedge sell, then a third buy, then it just went against me, had to take another hedge sell, and also started a sequence 3 sell. Wasn't a great setup. You can read my notes there, but there was, and it's just gone against me straight away. Overall break even is 145, so that's way down here somewhere. It's off the charts, nothing to get too concerned about. I'll just concentrate on these couple of sequences. Well, the good thing is I'm locking profit here, so if this trade gets stopped out, then I'll add to that profit, then I'll just worry about these trades here. I know it's all a bit confusing. It's just a lot of trades happening, a lot of pairs with all this sideways action since the corona. Euro CAD, similar sort of thing, overall hedged at the moment. Buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell. All tight, all a bit messy. Euro Swiss, should be 2 trades here. Took a sell here, hedge buy, and that's all I'm in. Nice baseline here. Not sure how high this is going to go, but the MACD platinum hasn't gone below the 0 level yet, and it's heading up, so we'll just let it sit at the moment, locking in the loss between those 2 levels there, looking for a new sell or a second sell. Euro pound. All right, let's have a look here. Right, sequence 1's a buy, and that's got a stop and play, so I've already closed some. I'm taking some profit. Sequence 2 was a sell in here. It's gone against me straight from the get-go. It's a nice little double top up, or forming a double top now, or resistance level. Overall break-even for both trades is this yellow line. overall break even at 90,118, and because it's negative, as long as price is below it, which it just is at the moment, I can close both trades and be in profit. Ideally, I'd like to see this. I can put, say, like a trend line through here, which I could look at, and if this sell signal remains valid, so for example, where's my trend line little thing up here? Right, so for example, put a trend line through here, something, come on. Like I said, the internet's playing, can't watch it. So I know it's a bit rough, but it gives you an idea. I can tidy up later. So if that sell signal remains valid and price sort of creeps up and rolls back down, I could take a second sell on that trend line break, something like that. But looking okay in the euro pound, one of the few trades that are looking okay. All right, euro yen being tough. This has been a tough pair to trade. This thing during Corona, look at this. Before pre-Corona, it's sort of a nice. I used to love the euro yen back in the mid 2000s. And then Corona, yen pairs, tough going. But anyway, got lots of trades going on, and we're getting close to the overall break even. I'm not sure what my overall swap rate is, but tell you what, if I burst through this overall break even level, I'd be just tempted to close everything, just take my hit if there is a hit on the swap. And these days there would be, because everyone's out to screw you. But yeah, it's very messy, a lot of trades happening, but we're heading in the right direction. And for example, if there was and this is all one sequence, as you can see, I might have to actually move this over here so it's easy to read for you guys. So yeah, if there's a new sell signal, for example, before it gets here, then I would be taking a hedge sell on this sequence, and I'd be definitely starting a sequence 2 there, second sequence, and come down. Yep. Right, Euro New Zealand, and another bloody trades everywhere. All right, what do we got here? We got sequence 1, which is this is all hedged. Started with a buy and it just didn't get up. Got lines drawn everywhere. Sequence 2 was a sell, so that's a standalone. I've already closed half of that and got a stop in place. So I'm adding to the profit on what I can on this side. Then ideally I want to see price, be nice if price came down a bit lower, where it dragged the MACD platinum below the 0 level. Then it gives me another chance to take another buy and possibly start another sequence or close out sequence 2 and start afresh. You can get a little bit creative when there's a lot of trades on. That's a good thing. All right, Euro USD. Daily charts doing my head in. All right, we've got a sell, hedge buy, second sell, and it just went straight against me. Here's the sell signal in here. Look at that, very next candle straight up. But we've got this sort of resistance level at the moment. Again, I could start looking at drawing trend lines in. Bit ugly there though. It's been a tough pair also, but not the end of the world. It's stuck in a range, so it gives me a bit of an option to makes it a little bit easier to get out. So just got to be patient on these daily charts and wait for all this crap to finish. Pound Aussie, took a buy, hedge sell, and that's where I'm at the moment. If you see one of these grey lines, vertical lines, it's just a warning signal. In this case, there's a new green dot on the MACD platinum below the 0 level. So look at this come down. The MACD platinum's a long way below the 0 level. Took this buy, which, it's not a bad signal. It just come down to 240, bounced up, then just rolled over. Took a hedge sell, so locking in a loss there. Now it's come down. Now it's starting to find some sort of base there. We've got possible regular bearish divergence, regular bullish divergence forming, and a little base here. So we get a buy. We'll take it to the upside and try and break that hedge. Pound CAD. There's nothing straightforward in any of these trades, is there? Except a few of the individual sequence 2 or sequence 3 trade. Similar sort of scenario. Nice little buy signal here. Didn't break this level. Rolled over. Took a hedge. Now it's just rolling down again. MACD platinum, new green dot, hence the warning signal, but it just keeps on rolling down. But at the moment we're hedged. I'm not losing anything other than swap rates or overnight interest. All right, pound Swiss took a sell here, and that's got a now got a stop in place. So that's a standalone. That's sequence one. So that's good. And oh, here we go. I've got a buy here. It's sort of come down. Now it's back up in positive territory, or back to the entry level. And the MACD Platinum's still below the zero level. So there's actually my overall break even is, because it's positive, plus 0.01, as long as price is above it. Overall, it's a winning trade. Ooh. Pound New Zealand. This is one that's doing my head in, and you hear me talk about it and whinge about it every video. I've been in a lot of trades for a long time. This is a daily chart, and I always bring your attention to this, what I call an absolute dog's breakfast in here. Look at these wicks on these candles. This is daily candles. Unbelievable. Anyway, we're trying to get down to the break-even levels here. It's slowly creeping down. Let's have a look. Sequence one started off a sell, so we're on a sell at the moment. Overall break-even for that's 194,703, which is this level here. So it's not that far off. And in this pair, Pound New Zealand, this thing can move hundreds of pips in minutes. Sequence two started with a buy, and that is hedged at the moment. Sequence three started with a buy, and that's hedged at the moment. And this is where they are in here. And what else? So we're below the zero level of MACD Platinum. We've got another warning line here. The other line, this one here, is overall break even for all trades. So it looks like there's a lot happening there, but look at my overall break even, minus 0.26. So it's nothing really. It's probably a lot of swap there, but something I'll deal with. Eventually, I'll work my way out of these trades. Might take a year, but I'll know. Oh, pound yen, another one that's just full of trades stuck in a range. What am I? Break even, hedged. And pound USD, this is one that's, look, it's a bit tough, this one. I stuffed up here, and I'm still paying the price. Went in with two bigger position sizes. Sequence one's actually down here in the small print, so I don't have to read it. No. I went in 5 times on normal size. I've got myself stuck in a bit of a problem here, and in the meantime, I'm trying to work this side of the chart and get a few pips. So sequence two, I'm going to sell, and we've got to stop in place. This buy here is just a part of this here. Overall break even up there. The good thing is profit to date, got a fair few dollars in the bank to play with. I've been doing well with the trades I am working on, and I got lucky a couple of months back and got some good profits. I got some good profit in the bank to play with. But it is a tough one, and I'm concentrating on this side, and eventually I'll take these out. New Zealand CAD, no trade. Ooh. And this thing has been tough to trade too. You know, it's not too bad through here. Look at this Corona. CAD and the New Zealand combined. Keeps on banging its head on this blue line here. So no trades at the moment. New Zealand Swiss. Sequence one is a standalone by looks, yep, and there's a stop in place there. So that's good. Sequence two starts here, so it's a sell. The MACD Platinum's above the zero level. Hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy. So that's hedged. Sequence two is hedged, as you can see in here, if you can just read my notes. So I'll bring them down over here for you, so it's probably a bit easier to read. Sequence two is hedged. Overall break even, because I've got this buy trade on, it's up there. I don't expect it to get up there, but if price just kept on going up there and went through, just like shot up to the moon, then I'd be in profit. Then I could look at closing some trades. It'd be great. So it gives me some sort of protection. I know it sounds stupid, but it gives me some protection to the upside. And if it rolls over to the downside, then I'll take another sell and hopefully clear this sequence two and stop me out of that sequence one. So if there's a big move either way, I'm sweet. As long as it's all not done on one candle to the downside. New Zealand yen, same sort of deal, hedged. Look at this, everything's above the MACD Platinum, above the zero level. coronavirus. You know, look at this, green, red, green, red, green. That's your nightmare for a swing trader in anyone's language. It was stuck in a real range. A lot of these NZ pairs you'll see, and you'll see like the NZ, similar sort of thing, had blue lines along here. Now it's starting to break out a little bit. Again, hedged. All MACD platinum still above the zero level the whole way. USD CAD, another one's hedged. So broke this support level here. Again, buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell, and we're still below the zero level. So it's not a very exciting video, I'm afraid, but it gives you an idea where we're at. And this pair, this is one pair that's just absolutely USD Swiss franc. It is going sideways. What more can I say? It's not one of my favourite pairs. It's never been kind to me in the last couple of years, but it's been unnecessarily cruel to me since this date here. What's that? Late March. But, you know, we just got to deal with it and have faith in the system, the old patience, courage and discipline, and just stick with it. Take every trade that presents, and we're in 3 sequences here. So we're in sell, so we're in a buy, and we're in another buy sequence. So we've got break-evens. You can read, we've got an overall break-even. This green line up here is parity, 1.00. I don't expect to get up there. I expect to make some profit in the meantime and try and clear a few. Look, it's heading up in the right direction this time. See, it took that buy in there, a bit like the euro. Next candle, mind you, they are inversely correlated, so I wouldn't expect anything less. But now it's starting to head up in the right direction. And look how it's hugging the zero level on the MACD platinum. You get these huge moves and bleh. And USD Japanese yen, nothing happening there. Look, this is daily chart. What's that? A month of crap, really. Nice big moves. Dare I say, COVID-19, then there. All right, guys, I know that's probably not the most exciting, let's see if we get the right one. Not the most exciting video on the daily charts at all, but I know it's good to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'd want to show you that when things do go south or go a bit tough, just where we're at, you've just got to maintain the faith. And eventually, you just keep on taking the little base hits when they present. So even if you're stuck in a sequence, if you're into the hedging thing, and I'm certainly not suggesting that everyone should hedge, it can get a bit messy. I've got, with me, I've got fairly big leverage. I've got big accounts, so it's not an issue for me. But if you're on a small account and you're on 30 to 1 or 50 to 1 leverage, then hedging, unless you're trading a cent account or a macro account or something like FX Trader from Moana where you can use units, the hedging's probably not for you. So you would just trade and place your stops on the opposite sides of those highs and lows. You might get in a few trades. You might not be able to do that because of FIFO rules or whatever. So it may, with this, the trading with the daily charts the way they are at the moment, you know, you might have to drop down to the 4-hour charts and look for some trending moves. I'm sure I haven't really looked at the 4-hour charts lately, but I'm sort of keeping an eye on a couple of 6-hour charts, and there's been a few moves, but nothing to get super excited about. You know, even dropping down the 1-hour charts, 30-minute charts, 15-minute, if you've got the time and you're happy to sit in front of the computer. But other than that, all I can say is just keep the faith, and we'll get through this. And that's it for this video. So hopefully everyone's safe wherever you may be living in the world. I know Vietnam's just about out of COVID, which is great, but I know other countries are still struggling. So stay safe wherever you are. And if you do like the video, please hit the subscribe button. If nothing else, hit the like button. And like I always say, everyone's more than welcome to join the JAGfx private Facebook group or the Telegram groups. And, you know, we've got plenty of videos on YouTube channel with the 12-hour charts also. All right, thanks, guys. That's 30 minutes. I've done enough talking. Enjoy the rest of the week and the weekend. Cheers.